They need Caribbean spirit, let's succeed. Every show with a good deed. Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong.
Celebrating 40 years is a significant milestone that often evokes reflection, gratitude, and recognition of accomplishment.
Feeling very excited about it. When I reflect on it, some artists took 10 to 15 years before they get through. They keep knocking at the door. The first time the nation heard about the Limers Gilbert, they show me that love. They show me that respect. They go crazy over the beats. They go crazy over the excitement. They go crazy over the rhythm. And I appreciate that.
Sunday, August 3rd at the Progress Park in St. Andrew. It's Specky 40. Tickets available from gotofed.com. Presented by Limers Gilbert in association with the Spice Mass Corporation and Sedu.
Who want to jam a jam into?
Hi, I want $10 on Playway, $20 backup on Pick 3, and cash for each, please.
Okay, are you adding multi-X to your bet?
Yes, multi-X, all of them.
Smart! Best value bet. Backup and multi-X, you cannot go wrong.
Don't matter the bet, multi-X all of the daily games.
With multi-X added, your winnings can be multiplied 3 times, 5 times, even 7 times. So make it a rule. Add multi-X to all your Playway, daily pick 3, and daily cash for bets every day and for every drop, and watch your money grow. Available at stores and online.
You heard it here. Multiply your winnings daily. Must be 18 or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Ride along live, worldwide.
Yeah, right along live. Welcome to the ride. Welcome to the ride. Let me get a little more audio in my headphones. Yeah. Good. Perfect. Welcome to the ride, guys. Thank you for joining us today. Today's another very important ride. Okay? Now, for the past week, you guys can't imagine how many calls, how many emails, how many DMs, I mean, constantly about immigration, especially U.S. immigration. There are people who are U.S. citizens that are scared to leave the country. There are people with green card that are scared to leave. There are people that have legitimate visas to enter the United States. Either they don't want to come or they're scared to come for one way or another. The whole immigration thing right now is a big question mark. Like, it's a big question mark. So share this program today if you have a green card, right? Share this program today if you have or you are a citizen of the United States. Also, share this program if you are not a citizen, not a green card holder, but you have a visitor visa and you're in United States right now. But also share this program if you have a US visa, you are not yet in the United States, but you are thinking about coming to the United States. And of course, share this conversation and the program today if you had a visa and it expired, and you're now living in the United States and you are what they call undocumented. I ain't gonna use the other phrase. So you're undocumented, or you know someone that's undocumented. This is an important conversation, and we're happy to have my sister Dionne Pfunde, who is an expert in the field. Now, she don't have a lot of time because she's very, very busy, but she make time for us because she loves the Caribbean community. She loves the rider community, and Dionne Pfunde herself is a rider. For the past couple of years, she have been doing this right here on the program, free of cost. So, I don't want to take any additional time. I'm gonna welcome her. And my sister Dionne Pfunde, how are you doing today? Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Hold on. I muted you. I muted you now. Right. Sorry. How are you doing today? Yes, I'm hearing you perfectly fine now.
So I gotta repeat because I love your background, because I'm over here in New York and your background is giving life. I am loving the background. What is happening over there? I love the background.
Yeah, man. I am in lovely St. George, in a nice neighborhood here. It's really, really, really nice. Let me tell you, whenever you come to Grenada, I have to take you around. Yeah, you're due. You're overdue.
We need to put it on the calendar, Jade. We can't continue like this. Brothers and sisters are we're not supposed to live like this, like we grew up in a two separate households.
That's right. You're so right.
We come from one household. We're supposed to do better.
Yeah. I agree. We're gonna make it happen. In fact, we're gonna make it happen before 2026.
All right. Promise.
Even if I have to book that flight and say, Dionne, you're on the next flight to Grenada. You're gonna be there. Yes,
Let's do it.
Listen, Dionne, wow, a lot of stuff is happening in immigration.
I can't keep I cannot. We can't keep up. It's done. We cannot keep up, sir.
Absolutely. So someone just told me that there is no signal on Facebook. Let me try and
okay, no problem.
What is happening here? No signal on Facebook. Let me see what's going on. Nonetheless, you're watching Right Along Live, guys. Let me see what's happening on Facebook. And they're right. It's not on Facebook. Let me see why. Stand by. If you not seeing it on Facebook and you're seeing it on YouTube, hold on. Let me see. Unable to connect. Okay. Let me try that again. So it's unable to connect to Facebook. Sending data. Let me see if it get a chance to connect right now. Because we do understand that Facebook had some issues. I think we should be good right now. Say streaming to Facebook. So let me see. Try back Facebook, guys, and let me know if you are able to see us on Facebook. It said that we're supposed to be streaming right now on Facebook. I know Facebook had its issues over the past couple of days. Let me see. Yeah, I think we're on right. Yeah, okay, we're back on Facebook now. All right, I could see us on Facebook. Okay. All right, guys, so check us out on Facebook. I think we're back there at the moment. You're watching Right Along Live again. This is immigration, and we're talking everything immigration with Dionne Pfunde. As I said from the top, you need to share this program if you have a green card. I want you to share this program if you don't have a green card. Share this program if you have your citizenship, your U.S. citizenship. But also, you must share this program if you are undocumented and living in the United States. Share this program if you have a visa and you're not yet in the United States, but you're thinking about coming to the United States. This program will help you in organizing and telling you the best practice because Dionne Pfunde, she dealt with everything. Oh, also, share this program if you are currently on deportation. If you have been placed in deportation and you're hearing about the president new bill, you're hearing about new immigration bill, you're hearing everything that is against immigrants in the United States, you should share this program as well. So, in a nutshell, everyone should share this program. Everyone should share this program right now. And for the folks on Facebook, because you guys just connected, Dionne Pfunde is back with us. My sister, again, welcome back. Or for the folks that's watching us on Facebook.
Thank you, Jake. Thank you. And I still am starting with I love the background of where you are. This is for the folks that are watching on Facebook and that I'm overdue for a trip to Grenada because I've never been. It's time for
Yes,
me to go
yes,
to Grenada.
yes. And as I was saying, that whether whether you know or not, I'm just say Dionne Pfunde, drop everything, Grenada.
Uh-huh.
Just jump on a JetBlue. Everything is taken care of. The riders got you. Just get your bag and pick you up at the airport with about 3 tuk-tuks with a fleet.
With a fleet of
Yeah,
tuk-tuks.
yes,
With a
yes,
fleet
yes.
of tuk-tuk. A
Absolutely,
fleet of
absolutely.
tuk-tuk.
Yeah, man, to pick you up. Yeah, we're picking you up like the president.
Our wave runner. I can't
Yeah,
keep up. And all
yeah,
of that. All of the things. All of the things that don't get picked up. I love it.
yeah.
Love it. Love it.
So listen, Funde, let's talk about this because we have been hearing so many things about immigration. We've been hearing about green card. People are scared to travel. People are scared to come for celebration. People are scared to leave their houses. People have their citizenship and they're saying, Lord,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to travel. So we have a lot to talk about, a whole lot to
Mm-hmm.
talk about. But before we get into
Mm-hmm.
the immigration, to the green card and stuff like that, what's up with the Alcatraz? Like they just built a prison tell us about that. The new prison that was built. What the hell
So
is
for those of you who know what we're talking about, just put in the chat if you're familiar with the alligator Alcatraz. It is a detention facility based out of the Everglades, which is South Florida. So if you've ever been to Florida, there's a part of Florida where it's, if you want to see an alligator, if you want to go see a snake, that's where you would visit, right? Because to see the wildlife. So people like you and I, Jay, we're not going there because we don't need to see alligators. We do not need to see snakes. It's
absolutely
called Alligator Alcatraz. And all it is, it's a prison where all of the detainees, the president says, and this was in collaboration with the governor of Florida, Senator Ron DeSantis, and it has 5,000 beds. So for
wow.
anybody who was ordered removed, so maybe 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a year ago, a month ago, a day ago, you had an order of removal. The
Yes.
judge said it's time for you to go. I'm not here to scare anybody. We're just here to educate and inform. If you have
Yes.
an old removal order, the president is now enforcing. He has said to ICE, pick up everybody, time for them to go. So now they need bed space. I've had clients that were let out initially because they didn't have bed space. Now they're taking them back in because they have bed space. So now we have 5,000 additional beds in the Everglades in Florida. 5,000.
Diane, who they expect to bring in those places? Are they looking at more hardened criminals? Are there priority areas in this deportation? What's happening now?
No, the good, the bad, and the ugly, because they will use a premise, Jay, that of course we're looking for hardened criminals. But what happens when the hardened criminals? I had a client who literally in the state of New Jersey, Newark, New Jersey, got a ticket for not paying his fare. He goes to court to his hearing and he is detained. Is that a hardened? He's not a hardened criminal. That's not a hardened criminal. Not at all. That's not a hardened criminal. And he
So
was
that
detained.
alligator Alcatraz,
Yes.
are they looking to put? Who are they putting in there? What's the idea behind that?
Fast tracking to deportation, fast tracking to getting you out of the country, fast tracking to deportation, meaning you have an order of removal, you shouldn't be here. We're going to hold you here until we get a plane to bring you somewhere, whether it's to your home country or to some other country, but it's time for you to go. It's time for, essentially, that's what they're saying.
Some other country, Dionne?
Some other country, anybody who's willing to take you. For example, if you look at the other country, I think it was El Salvador. Remember, they took a lot of people from here that were not El Salvadorians. So if you as a country, Jay, you can say, hey, Mr. President, I hear you're paying X dollars to send people here. I'll take them. I forgot how much they were paying to El Salvador to take some of these individuals.
Okay, so I know we're speaking about priority areas, and you're saying that there are no priority areas. What about people with green card? Let's start there. People with green card that may have ticket infractions or what have you. Are they coupled into that a slot of people that are being sent there and deported as well?
All right. So our green card holders are, first of all, the most people that needs to be afraid are those that you mentioned, Jay, that are undocumented. So they are if there's a risk category, with one being the highest risk, if you are in the United States and you're undocumented, you're in that bubble. If you have a green card and you don't have no criminal history, you're fine. You behave your little self, you have your little green card, you get up, you go to work, you come back, you're okay. I believe you're okay. If you have a green card and you've had a conviction, you've had a criminal offense, you've broken the law, you're now in high risk. We're putting you into that first bucket. Especially if you've committed some kind of drug offense, or you've committed some offense that have landed you in the eyes of ICE. Don't travel. Do not travel. If you know you have a green card and you were arrested for something, could have been 10 years ago and it slid under the mirror, don't travel. Do
But
not travel.
Funny, what about an executive order is just basically an enforcement of the law. But if that law has to change, you have to go through the whole process of the House, the Senate, President sign, all of that stuff. So could the president just sign an executive order to enforce the deportation of immigrants with green card?
So here's the thing with executive orders. In the guise of public safety, all the president is doing is enforcing laws that are already on the books. He hasn't really made any, he's trying with birthright citizenship. That hasn't crossed over yet. Nothing's been done with that. There's a little bit of litigation there. What the president is actually doing is essentially enforcing the laws that are already on the books. Meaning, don't violate the terms of your green card. Don't sneak into the United States through the border. It's unlawful. That's not a new law, Jay. It was always on the books. If you get deported, you should leave. That's not a new law. That was already on the books. So all the president is doing, what we're seeing, is what we call enforcement. So he hasn't done any kind of new laws yet. Nothing new is on the books. Nothing. He's enforcing in the guise, he said, public safety. So it's just a lot of enforcement. Inhumane. We're going to call them inhumane, but it's a lot of enforcement.
But what about the protection that you had as a green card citizen? No, sorry, what the hell am I saying? Green card holder, right? Were there some kind of security? At least if you have a green card, you felt, okay, you're a permanent resident. Is that protection taken away, or that protection was never there to begin with?
It's there and it's not taken away. You're going to get your day in court, you know. If you have a green card and you've broken the law, that makes, or you've committed some kind of deportable offense, you're going to get your day. You're going to talk to the judge. You can tell the judge, Your Honor, don't send me home. Your Honor, don't do this or don't do that. Right? So we're not saying the rights as a green card holder are taken away. They're not. They're not taken away. What we're saying is be careful because you can be potentially detained and placed in front of the judge.
Right.
Right?
Right. Jeff is saying, I have a big question. Why is it that bounty hunters posing as ICE are picking up people at random and ripping up documents? I don't know if a specific incident where that
Me
happened.
either. I don't know
so-
of any incident.
Okay. All right. Right.
Mhm.
Let
I'm sorry.
me-
Sorry, Jay. I don't know of that. I do apologize. I don't know of
Yeah.
that.
If the person wants to call in and give us some additional information where we could find information, if we could find
Yeah.
facts on that happening, we'll be
We'll
Dionne
be
Pfunde
happy
will be
to
guided
answer.
to answer that question. What about now citizens, right? Because I'm hearing about denaturalization. That word has been used far too much in the past couple of days for my liking. Tell us about that denaturalization and the process of denaturalization for the purpose of deportation.
If you remember, Jay, you and I have been together since 2018. No offense, Landy. Jay and I have been together since 2018. Full confession. And in
Yes.
the time, 7 years. And in the
Yeah.
time, Jay, I've shared with you that I've never, ever I've been practicing law 21 years, 20 years. I've never gone through a denaturalization case. I've never had a client. I've only read it on the news. That's how
Right.
rare it has happened. What the president wants to do now is open up that can of worms. He wants to start investigating and begin denaturalization process against individuals. The process is on the books, not a new law. Not a new law. It's on the books. If you got the green card through fraud, if you got the green card through this, if you pledge allegiance to Germany, to Hitler and all that stuff, you can be denaturalized. Now the president wants to open up denaturalization. And like I said, I've never had a case, full confession, never had a case. But now he wants to open it up.
Right. Right. Somebody's asking that question. I'll come back to the denaturalization, but they
Sure.
want to ask a question. They say if someone owes you money and they are undocumented, can you call ICE for them?
You can. Believe it or not, you can. But please don't. You can.
Yeah.
You can. But come up with a payment plan with them.
Yeah, something, right?
Come up with a little payment plan. You can call ICE for anybody. It doesn't mean that ICE will come. It doesn't mean anything. But, do you want to put somebody in that? No, we don't want to do that to individuals.
Okay. Someone else will have a question. They said that they were married to a green card holder, right? They married to this green card holder and they didn't get married. They didn't start the process of filing the document, but then he died, right? And now she wants to start the process, but he already died. Does she stand a chance of getting a green card?
He's dead. The petitioner is dead. The petitioner is dead. Yes. Once, if he had started, we could do something called humanitarian reinstatement, meaning the application has been filed and the petitioner has died. We could look at humanitarian reinstatement. But because he's dead and nothing was filed, it's gonna be a rough one. We
Yeah.
can do, there are some, and the person should reach out to me because we can look at how far it's been, because we have an application for widows. Like, so if we can show certain things and then we can switch in like a sponsor, we can look at, is she physically here in the United States?
Yes, the person is physically in the United
So
States.
reach out and let's talk. How's your name? What to call eyes for how's your name? We can look at the widower petition. So I do stand corrected on that. We can look into that. What's up with Alligator Alcatraz? Is somebody asking about Alligator Alcatraz? It's a detention center in Florida, 5,000 beds.
Yeah. What about if you did not have a green card and went to the hospital, you did not pay the hospital bill? Is it a problem for someone who have a green card now?
I've seen it become a problem, especially for people that came here to have babies. So they have their little B1, B2, they come into the country, they rack up a hospital bill, have a baby. A lot of times, especially back at the consulate, not so much here in the United States, when they go back home and they're trying to change status, it comes up. So it can be a question. I'm going to put a question mark there, Jay. A question mark for those individuals that owe those hospital bills.
Okay, okay. So I want to come back to the protection of that green card that we thought that we had, and you, thankfully, you convinced me to get rid of the green card and get citizenship because I
Because you know
always
what?
thought,
You would be calling me now from Grenada. Funde,
yeah,
is it good to travel? I would have said, don't call my phone. I would have said, Junior George, do not call my phone. Funde, how long can I stay in Grenada? You think Trump gonna stop me on the way back? I would have said, don't call. And I didn't. Even when I said it, Jay, to naturalize, I didn't even think of anything like this happening.
yeah,
It wasn't as if I could see in the box and say this is. It was more of, I just know as a position, if I had a
yeah,
choice, I'd prefer to be a United States citizen.
right, right, right. So that protection that I thought that I had for years, I had a green card, I was going, I was coming, I was going, I was coming. It was just an upgraded visa, as you
It's
put
a
it.
glorified visa. It is, the United States giveth and the United States taketh. The green card is very easy to be revoked. Very easy because all it is, it's lawful permanent residence. That's all it is. And the moment you book your tour, just book
Mm,
your tour with the green card, you're in trouble. Just book your toe with that little green card, you're in trouble. Shoplifting, drug offenses, fraud, domestic violence, all of that, staying out of the country for too long. Once something happens, then you are in that green card is now at risk. So it's the green card is a glorified visa. It's an
mhm.
absolutely glorified visa.
Right, right, right. How difficult is it to denaturalize someone that know they're here, they have their citizenship, and they feel like they have it. Like, well, they've been here for all their life, really. How difficult
Mhm.
is to reverse that process?
It's a process, and it's a constitutional process. So first we have to find out, first of all, if you just say I don't want my citizenship anymore, that's easy. But when the
Right.
government goes to denaturalize you, it has to be done under the United States Constitution. So they have to show the acts, they have to show something was wrong with the green card, they have to show the constitutionality of it. So is it difficult? It's a process. It's a long and lengthy process with a lot of things that have to be shown because United States citizenship is in our constitution.
Right,
So it can be done, but it's gonna be a little process.
right, right, right. Lydia Luzon wants to know how many years does it take to to get your citizenship?
Yes. So if you've been married and you're applying based on that marriage, how many years does it take to get the citizenship? 3 years if you have been married. If you're just doing it outside of marriage, meaning a mother filed for your child, then it's 5 years. So you'd have had your green card for 3 years. You apply for naturalization if you were married or are married. If it's not through marriage, the green card, it takes 5 years. You hold on to that green card for 5 years, then you apply. Thank you, 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 thank you for the haircut. Then you just apply for the green card for the citizenship after 5 years.
Mm. Michelle is saying that I know someone who have a green card and scared to file for citizenship. Should she?
I'll let you answer that one.
Yeah, well, go right ahead and file it for citizenship. Do it today. Just go ahead. Go right ahead. I would tell everyone that the protection that you feel, the way, at least it's a lot more. I feel a lot more protected that I could go and come, stay out as long as I can, and go back whenever I want. And when you get back to the
Mhm.
United States, and they all say, "Oh, welcome home." The process
Welcome
is
home. Welcome
so
home.
easy. It is definitely filed for your citizenship. In fact, if anyone have a green card, I'm speaking like I'm the lawyer right now. If you have
Mhm.
a green card today and you meet that threshold to obtain a citizenship, file for it today. Don't stick, get it done now.
Absolutely. And
delay.
I absolutely agree. And if you're scared, I'd love to hear, Michelle Lane, what are you scared about? Was there something in the background we need to be talking about? What led up to you being scared? Um, I'm just curious why you're scared so we can talk about that.
Right, right. I think a lot of people are, there are a lot of overreaction and there are a lot of myth, right? There
Mm-hmm.
are a lot of myth. Like, for instance, a few people was asking me, because I'm having this big event here in Grenada for Carnival. And like, I want to come, but I have a green card. I'm scared to travel,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that's the premise of another conversation. They're scared to come because they are fearful that they will not be able to come back to the United States with a green card. Is that fear legitimate?
It's not legitimate. You can come back to the United States. Here's the thing. If you have any kind of trouble, if you've ever been arrested, let's talk before you go to Carnival. Let's talk. If all it is, Jay, you've lived here, you've had your green card, you've been a good citizen, you're fine. You've been a good person, no arrest. And even if you have an arrest, what happens upon your return, they're going to let you back in, but they may detain you. That's why if you know you have any kind of arrest, don't depart, don't leave. Even if the arrest was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, don't depart. But if you know you've had your green card, you've paid your little taxes, you've never been arrested, you know, nothing for you to get scared of, then you're good to go. You will be allowed back inside of the country.
Okay. Alana wants to know, does a green card have an expiration date?
The new green cards do have an expiration date. When my mom came in the 80s, there was no expiration date. My green card, since 1996, I know for a fact, 10 years. Unless, of course, it's a conditional green card that you get for 2 years, but it's 10 years on that green card.
Right. Another question here: can someone get citizenship if they are living outside of the United States?
All right. I love this question. Can someone get their citizenship if they're living outside of the United States? The answer is yes. However, if you've been living outside of the United States for 30 of the last 60 months or more than 30 of the last 60 months, you cannot get your citizenship. No, you have to be physically present to become a naturalized citizen of the United States. It requires something we call physical presence and it requires continuous presence. So if you've been gone for the last 3 years straight, you got to come back inside the country and start over the clock because it's been too long. You break up. If you stay for 6 months or more outside of the country on a green card, it breaks continuous presence. You got to start over that clock. So naturalization, becoming a United States citizen, is a math game. It's a math equation. So if you stay out too much, we need to have you inside of the country at least 30 months or more in the last 60 months. What is 60 months? 5 years. So if you're gone for year one, for 6 months, year two, 8 months, year three, 10 months, you don't have enough time in order to become a United States citizen. You have to start over the clock and make sure that you're physically present inside of the United States for 30 of the last 60 months.
Interesting. All right,
That's a
someone
math.
here,
That's grade one maths. Grade one maths.
grade one, Matt. Someone here wants to be anonymous. They say someone I know who has a green card, but is not sure if they can apply for citizenship because they were arrested for jumping the turnstile at the train station.
Did they pay the ticket? Let's talk. We can talk through that. You jumped the turnstile. You paid a
So the
little
person was
ticket.
not charged. The person was not charged.
Yeah, man. We can. How you probably paid a little ticket. You're probably sorry. We can talk about that. I think you can apply.
Okay.
You can
All
apply.
right.
I prefer you apply and go through the pain, but you can apply.
Right. Okay. Next question here. If you're in the Caribbean and you have been granted a visa and you have never been to the United States before, should you be afraid to enter?
No. Just come with good intentions. Use the visa for the purposes intended.
Right.
Meaning, you use a little visa, you say you're coming to go to Disney World, you're coming to visit your aunt. Come and visit your aunt. I am not here to scare anybody, Jay. I'm here to educate. If you applied for your visa and you said everything was true, and you said, mind you, I don't want to see no message in your phone telling somebody you're coming to work and you're going to take care of the old lady and to pay you $250 a week. And then you have your high school diploma, your medical records, you have 6 suitcases with all your shoes and your purses. That is not coming for a visit. That is moving to the United States. That is a problem. That is
Yeah.
a problem.
Yeah. And it's important because I know someone very close to me that one time they traveled to the United States and they had a part-time job. So they traveled, they went back, and they had a part-time job in the United States. And when they came back, that ID was in their pocket.
Oh, come on.
And they asked them to see that ID, and they showed them the ID, and they were sent back on the next flight.
Of course. You can't work on a visitor's visa. You cannot, if you're coming to visit and conduct business, you have to come and conduct your business, and that's it.
Okay. If you have a misdemeanor on your green card, can you still get through?
It depends. What is the misdemeanor? I'd have to see what the misdemeanor is. What is the misdemeanor? Was it in the last 5 years? Was it probation? Did you do, what was it? I need to know what it is, and then we can figure out if you need to apply.
Right. Someone said that I'm hearing that once a parent who is a citizen of the United States had a child outside of the United States, the child automatically becomes a U.S. citizen.
It is not that automatic. The child so if you have a child outside of the United States, depending on where you were living prior to having that child, if you were living in the United States prior, then there is something, Junior, called derivative citizenship. And we have to prove that the child derived the citizenship through you. We see that a lot with, so our military members and everything like that.
Right. Okay. Okay. So birthright citizenship then, because that's another topical issue. People are speaking about this. Now, if you are undocumented, you left Grenada, Trinidad, Jamaica, wherever, you were pregnant, you went into the United States, and that child was born in Kings County, but you not documented. The father is not documented. The child was born in the U.S. Is that child legally an American citizen?
Currently, under the current laws, yes. As it stands right now, anybody born on U.S. soil is considered a citizen of the U.S. The president wants to end birthright citizenship. The president wants to end it because the president says we need one or both parents to be citizens for that child to be considered a citizen. And I've said it on this program before, Junior. The United States is one of the few countries in the world where once you're born here, it doesn't matter your status, you become a citizen. One of the very few countries in the world. So the president wants to change that. As it stands right now, any child born on U.S. soil is a citizen of the United States. The president is trying to change that. That's where the litigation is coming in. That's where he's taking it to the court. Why? It would have to be an amendment under the Constitution.
Right, right. Next question here. After getting a green card, how long do you have to wait before you apply for U.S. citizenship?
It depends. If you got your green card through marriage, you have to wait 3 years. If you got your green card outside of marriage, then it's 5 years to apply for naturalization.
Right. Okay. Does USCIS consider people with disabilities? Is there a department for them, like a special access for folks with disabilities or ailments?
As far as what? Are they going in for something? Are they going in for an interview? What are they doing for USCIS to consider? I need to understand. Like if you're going for naturalization, Jay, and you have some kind of disability, yes, we have some options for you on the application. If you have a disability, maybe you're dyslexic, maybe you can't read or write English for a certain reason. Maybe you had a stroke. Maybe you can't write. So yes, if you're going in for certain applications, USCIS will take into consideration your physical, mental, emotional, all of the abilities for you to go in.
Right. Question here again. Again, guys, we're going too fast and furious because we don't have a lot of time. We're going to get to as much as possible.
Thank you, Jay.
If you have been arrested before for selling liquor with a liquor license and you got a green card years after, should that person be traveling or should they be scared to travel?
I would like to look at the arrest. What is it? Was it a felony? Was it a misdemeanor? If it was a
Okay.
misdemeanor, we can look at it and see if it crossed over. Here's the thing, Jay, with all these arrests, everything comes down to the state law. Every state charges their crimes differently. For some states, it's a felony. For some, it's a misdemeanor. So I would have to look at that arrest and see, one, was it a felony? Did you go to jail? Was it a probation? Did you just pay back some money? What was the outcome? Did you conform? So I would love to look at those crimes and to see what they were before I say you should be doing something or whether you can travel or not.
Right. Aline wants to know, someone came into the United States on a green card, stayed in the United States for a year plus, then left and began outside of the United States for a year and 7 months. Can that person return?
So under US laws, if you've stayed out directly for over a year, the assumption is that you have abandoned your green card. That's the assumption, that you've abandoned the green card. So we would highly recommend that that person chat with an attorney, chat with us, book a chat, so we can kind of look at, did they maintain a house? Did they pay their taxes? What are some things they were doing while they were outside of the United States? Was it for medical reasons? I need to know why you stayed out for a year and 7 months. Did you pay your taxes? Were you working? During COVID, this was very common. I would be curious to see why they were gone for a year and 7 months. The service may say that they've abandoned their green card.
The question I asked earlier, I have an update on it. The one that asked if you were arrested before selling liquor without a liquor license. All right, they say that they're selling without a liquor license. Yes, he was jailed for a few days, and yes, he's on probation.
So he is still on probation. I wouldn't travel. You're still on probation. I would sit
So
tight.
should that person travel?
They should sit tight for a little bit and at least have a consultation with an attorney so we can look at the charges. So it sounds like they were jailed for a little bit. The probation, is it a year or more, or the probation, is it a year or less?
Right.
Right. So those are things that we would look into. It doesn't sound that bad, Junior, but I don't want to say that without looking at the criminal record. Was this the only arrest? Those are some questions we would ask. Is this the only arrest you've had? How long ago was this? We want to look at how bad was it? I've
Right.
had cases like that where individuals have been able to come back from that. Because when we think of it, it's not really a deportable offense. It's just that you've been bad, a slap on the wrist. You've been really bad for doing that.
Right. Okay. Another question here. Hold on, let me pull it up. Fast and furious with the questions. What is the physical presence and continuous resident requirement for naturalization?
30 out of 60. 30 out of 60 months. Physical presence, 30 out of 60 months. In the last 5 years, you must be in the United States for at least 30 of the 60 months. You can do the math. We sit down and we have a chart. Continuous presence, continuous meaning you did not live outside of the United States for 6 months or more. I love, Shad, how you set this up. It's great. Physical presence, 30 out of 60. Continuous, you're not gone for 6 months or longer in one period of time for naturalization.
Okay. Absolutely. Now,
I feel like
what about
this
what
is
ab-
in class. I feel like we're in class, Jay.
I know it's just fast and furious. It's coming. What about? I don't know if I asked that question before, but what about citizenship? Now, at present, we feel like we have that you know we have that protection that we could stay out for a longer period of time. Could that turn around and affect us if we stay? Say for instance, we stay 2 years out of the United States with a citizenship, could that affect you later on?
I doubt it. Not as it stands, right? I'm not putting anything past this current administration, but as it
Right.
stands, you can stay out as long as you want. Doesn't matter if you're naturalized or born here. As it stands, US citizens, you can stay out as long as you want.
Okay. All right. Guys, keep the questions coming. We are fast and furious with the questions, or you could call the number 718-701-5720. That's 718-701-5720. The question regarding the child. So, undocumented person left the Caribbean, came into the United States, have a child. That child was born here, but the mother doesn't have any document. The father don't even live here. Could that child help the mother to get her documents or to become a green card holder?
Yeah, absolutely. 21 years later, when the child turns 21.
Oh, so nothing immediately.
No, they're called anchor babies. They're anchor
Right.
babies where you have a little visa come in. So the only time a child can petition for a parent, they must be 21 years of age or older. 21 years of age or older.
Right. Okay. What protection do visitors, like you came in from the Caribbean with a visitor visa, you came into the United States, what sort of protection do you have? And what if you get sick? Could you go to the hospital? Is that still provided for you?
Yeah, you can go. You have a lot of protections, not like citizens or green card holders. If you get sick and go to the hospital, be prepared to pay. If you don't pay, be prepared to have a bill. What happens a lot of times is that the hospitals are not like the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, you go to the hospital, a lot of times they want you to either pay first or the hospital is free. Here, they're going to treat you and then send you a bill. So, as far as protection, if you get ill, absolutely don't stay at home and die. Definitely go to the hospital. It doesn't matter your legal status. Hospitals are supposed to be a place where, one, they're not supposed to call ICE. Two, they're not supposed to even ask you your legal status. They're supposed to treat. So they are protected in the sense that they should seek medical care no matter your legal status.
Right. If someone is living in the United States 20 years unmarried, probably not unmarried for 1 year, could could they apply to have? Okay, could they apply, or how long would it take? Let me see. If someone is
Living
living
the
in the United States unmarried, that's supposed to probably unmarried for 1 year. So they're living in the United States and they're not married. They live in the US for 20 years. Okay. Caller, please call us on that one.
Yes, give us a call. Give us a call.
Yeah.
Give us a call.
Yes, yes, yes. Give us a call. Give us a call and
Yeah.
we'll try to assist that. What about farm laborers, farm workers? I was made aware that there was a lot of people who left the Caribbean and went into the United States as farm laborers, whether they're working on the farm picking apples and stuff
Mhm.
like that. Is that still available? Are those
Yes.
programs still available?
Yes. In fact, if you look at what the president is doing, he's not really attacking any of the employment-based immigration. Your H-2As for our agricultural workers, H-2B for our unskilled laborers. Those individuals, so long as they come in and they work on their visas, using the visas for the purposes intended. If you notice, the president hasn't said anything about farm workers or agricultural workers. As long as they stay in status, meaning you come in, you go to your farm, you pick your apples, you pick your oranges, and then you go back home. You should be okay. You absolutely should be okay.
Okay. All right. Let's take this call here. We got a lot of voice notes. Let's see if we could put this call up live. Call it live. Where are you calling us from?
Hi, I'm calling from Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, New York. Go right ahead.
Yes, Junior. I wanted to ask the question.
Mm-hmm.
So I know somebody right now that actually came to the U.S. as a child, 2 years old, and they were actually born in Trinidad, and they came to the U.S. 2 years old with their dad, and the dad had applied for citizenship, like through his citizenship for that child. And the child ended up at 6 years old, went over to Canada to live with the mother. The mother is Grenadian, the mother got Canadian citizenship for the child. At 12 years old, the child got into trouble in Canada and spent almost 15 years in prison in Canada. After the 15 years in prison in Canada, was deported back to Trinidad and traveled from Trinidad to Grenada, got a Grenada passport through his mother's citizenship, Grenadian citizenship. He got a Grenadian passport through that and got a visa and traveled back to the US. When he came here, he actually applied for his citizenship certificate through his father that he got when he was 2 years old. They asked him to prove that he was physically in the US, and he actually wrote to them and said, well, he was a child and he lived here all his life with his family. He never traveled to go anywhere. He never did anything. And long story, they ended up issuing him that citizenship certificate. Now his question that he wants to know now, is it safe for him to travel, since people are saying now that when you travel outside the US, they're actually checking now your status from your previous travels. Would it be safe for him to travel? He has an American passport, but the way he acquired it, he was not truthful with them. He said to them that he was living here the whole time. He just never had it because he never wanted to use it. So that was what he said. I gained it through my father, but I never used it. I never applied for a passport because at that time it's like I didn't know any other life outside of the US. So I stayed here all of that time. But now he's kind of a bit worried, like, is it safe for him to travel now?
Right. Okay. Pfunde?
So, Jay,
yeah.
this goes back to you. You asked this question. What do you mean by the president is going to take away citizenship? This is what we mean. This is what we mean. Remember I said they're going to look into how you became a citizen? Because remember, you know, sometimes when you're stringing the needle, you know, sometimes you miss and get it right. So what happened now? This naturalization was obtained through fraud. Right? So these are the applications that the president talks about. For this person, I would just say sit tight, because you're one of those that is at the top of the list for denaturalization. This is exactly, and here's the thing, the good, the bad, and the ugly is going to get caught up in this madness. Because to get to the bad, they're going to have to go through some of the good. So this is one of those cases where, of course, they may have some questions. And he would be one of those that would be primed for denaturalization. These are some of the things that the president was talking about. For those people who kind of slip through the cracks, they would be prime for naturalization. So he has his United States passport. So technically, he's a citizen. But if they were to investigate how he came with that passport, he kept a lot of things out of the mix. He kept 15 years out of the mix. He left here at 2, went to Canada. So there's a lot of things he kept out of the mix, which can get him into trouble. He's one of those that if they were to dig really deep, it could be problematic for him.
Okay. Caller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's where the problem lies, because his sister actually told him, she traveled like 3 weeks ago, and she said on the way back, they questioned her about certain travel times, and they were asking her about it. So now it's just like he wants to know now, because we're all supposed to be going to Grenada for Carnival. Like, his ticket is already purchased, but now it's like, should I really travel? Maybe something gonna come up in
Tell him, let's not ask these questions, because we don't want people going to Grenada to be harassed. No. We don't know who's listening, and I don't want us to flag the, you know what I mean, Jay? You flag the good. Yeah. So now normal people going to Grenada, tell him to schedule a chat with us, because I don't want people to think people go to Grenada Carnival now all of a sudden. No, we don't want to bring any attention to our community.
Okay, and while we're on that, talking about Grenada Carnival, I gotta say, if you're going to Grenada Carnival, You gotta play Amazing Colors because we're gonna be on the boat. Get your package now because we're gonna be on the boat with Amazing Colors. All right, just a shameful plug, right?
I love it.
All right.
I love it. Come on.
Thank you.
See you in
And I
Greens.
guess you're going to
You're
post up
welcome.
the
You're
questions so
welcome.
I
You're
can
welcome. And I do
post.
wish him all the best.
Yes, thank you.
All right,
Thank
caller.
you.
Thank you so much.
Look, 'cause he's-
717015720.
Say hello, say
Everybody,
hello,
I never. Oh, that's a puppy.
Yes.
Oh wow.
That's my grandbaby. That's my little
Oh.
grandbaby.
Oh, you remind me of Henry. I have a little brown one called Henry.
This
Loves
is
to lick.
Dior. This is
Dior.
Dior. Yes,
Oh.
this is Dior.
Love them. I have two. I have Henry and Brooklyn.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Henry
Nice.
Henry probably standing in front of the TV watching us right now. So Henry, how you doing? I'll see you soon. Yeah,
Oh.
Henry's a big fan. He's a big fan. He watches me all the time. He knows my voice and everything.
And everything.
Yeah. Okay. Deno wants to know: is it hard to get a work permit now?
It takes a long time. So I don't think it's hard. It just depends on the process you're going through. It takes some time. It definitely takes some time. The process is it's going a little bit slower.
Okay.
It goes a little bit slower.
Anonymous here wants to know, Junior, can you ask this question for me? What provision is made for someone who cannot read or write properly when applying for the citizenship?
We could do a medical waiver. They have a waiver, so we can say maybe, because a lot of people from the Caribbean and stuff, we could do a waiver, go to a doctor, and they look at, they call it, there's a medical waiver for it, because we look to why you're unable to read or write. Was it a stroke? Was it dyslexia? Was it hard to learn? Definitely those are things that you can overcome. And I love this question, especially for our elderly community. Like my dad, my dad can't help himself either. So he would be somebody primed for a waiver. So long as he meets all the other requirements, it is something that we can work through. Illiteracy, definitely.
Okay, Fundy, I want you to say hi to a big fan. His name is Raul Titus.
Hey, Raul Titus. Raul said, I have vibes. Why? Who said Kubati? You must do one pop our bum bum.
Why you say bum bum?
Our bum bum. I don't know if you can say.
What we took that picture today.
And let me tell you, that's a real Caribbean toop toop. No needle, no nothing. That is just a natural, pretty
natural.
Toop. Natural. That's how we do it in the Caribbean. We don't have nothing against it. I don't want them, but me just a show Exhibit A. This is how the women of the Caribbean carry themselves. Watch nice. Watch nice. Watch nice.
We got another caller on the line. A caller line, where are you calling us from?
I'm calling all the way from Georgia.
Georgia, go right ahead.
Hello, Georgia. Good evening.
That's how we do it in the Caribbean.
Caller, do me a favor. Turn on your TV. Turn on your TV.
She'll watch herself and talk. She'll listen to herself.
Yeah. Just listen to us on the phone. Listen to us on the phone.
Hello?
Yes. Yeah. Go ahead.
What if somebody comes to America, have a baby, and they go back to Grenada, and they're living in Grenada with a baby? Go back to Grenada with a baby. What becomes of the child? Are they going to still be a citizen of this country, of America?
Yeah, man, forever. Just get their little passport. First of all, they'll get a birth certificate, and they'll be a citizen for life. They could live in Jamaica for 15 years or Grenada for 20, and then board a flight and comes back. Once our president doesn't change anything, as it stands right now, they could just board a flight and come right back.
Okay.
Yeah. And when they get back, they'll be greeted. Welcome
They'll
home.
still be man. I've had that where people grew up in the Caribbean and you just think they're Jamaicans and all of a sudden they disappear. They move back to America.
Yeah.
Pretty common.
I call it. Thank you. Okay. Dwayne wants to know if someone living in the US for 20 years on the person get married for what? Okay, let me see. For 20 years on the person get married, no, for 1 year, how long would it take before they apply for citizenship?
This is the same question from earlier. So Don Antoine, if you're living for 20 and you get married. So now you get married, it's now day one. You still have to wait 3 years to apply for naturalization. It doesn't matter if you're living in the United States for 100 years. Your day one is the date of your marriage.
Okay.
Day one is the date of your marriage.
And what if before you become a citizen, you got divorced? Right.
You wait 5 years.
You wait 5 years.
5 years.
Okay. All right.
So say
All
you're
right.
2 years into the marriage and you get a divorce, you can't do the 3 years. You just wait the 5 years. Now you're just normal like everybody else.
Okay, we got a call on the WhatsApp. Call. That means that you will hear them, but they can't hear you. So caller, go right ahead with your question.
Hi, good afternoon. My question is, what is in place now for students? Is it safe to travel internationally and domestically, or just like we should just stay put?
Where that student is living in the United States?
In the United States.
Okay, what kind of visa does that student have?
An F1.
F1.
F1. Okay, so listen to the answer on the live.
So a lot of students are having a lot of trouble with this president because he's targeting some of the students. I would say, here's what I tell my students on F1. If you don't have to travel right now, hold on a little bit, because what happens with the F1, they're not green card holders. So they could be coming back in and they find that they've done something on the F1 that they shouldn't be doing. And they can, on the spot, revoke that F1, turn them around and send them back. The F1 is a timid visa. It's very timid. It's only for study. You can work on campus 20 hours or less. It have a lot of restrictions. So a lot of people, unbeknownst to them, are doing some things they shouldn't be doing. And so, they can ask them some questions and run them into a little bit of rigmarole. But F1 typically should be okay, So long as they're abiding by the terms of their F1, they should be okay.
Okay. If you were arrested for jaywalking, can you travel? Again, we may have to ask what kind of visa, what kind of document does that person have? Say, for instance, they have a green card.
If you have a green card, jaywalking, like a little, it's not even a criminal offense. Jaywalking is like a little ordinance, right? Because every city or state have these little what we call municipal ordinances. So that one you should be okay. Coming back in, they may run your fingerprints and it may pop. They take you to something called secondary screening just to make sure it is what it is. And then more than likely, they're going to hand you your passport back and say, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Jaywalking is not a criminal offense, jaywalking.
Okay. Got another call on the WhatsApp. Caller, you're live. Go with your question.
Hi, good night. I'm Junie, and how are you?
Good.
Good night.
I want to ask this lawyer a question, please.
Go right ahead.
I've got a friend. Good night, Mom.
Yes.
I had a friend had applied, got a resident green card for the United States, and he had never received the green card up to today, 2 years now. But he's out of the country. He lives like some states. I don't want to say the state's name. So I want to know what is the terms and conditions he could do to get the green card for he to come in.
So I need to know, when did that person enter for the first time and when did they leave?
She needs to know, when did that person enter for the first time and when did they leave?
They have entered, I think, 2022 they had entered, and then they left to go back to the state where they was living. They got a social security number, but the lawyer had said they had sent it out and he never received it. And when he trying to come back in now, they're giving him problem, so he cannot come in.
Okay, so listen to the response on the live, okay, caller?
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Yeah.
So I'm curious, that person left since 2020, entered 2022 and didn't get a green card. Normally they stamp your book for 1 year. That's your 551 stamp. It's good for a year. I'm wondering if the green card got mailed and it got lost, because I hear a lawyer in the midst. And why are they living outside of the country so long? I would tell them to reach out with us and let's book a consult and see what's going on.
Right.
Something doesn't sound right. Let's book a consult and see what's going on. Something does not sound right.
Message in the WhatsApp. If I married a U.S. citizen, how long would it take till I get a green card? What's the process timing
It
now?
depends. It depends. If you have a lawful entry, so you enter the United States lawfully in a state like Florida, we're looking at 8 to 12 months. In Ohio, the Midwest, you apply in April, you're getting an interview by August. You're in Atlanta, it's 18 to 24 months. Just look at the immigrant population, Jay. Wherever you have large amounts of immigrants, things gonna be slow.
Yeah.
New Hampshire is going to be a little bit faster. Ohio is going to be Lansing, Michigan. You talk about Atlanta, Miami, Los Angeles. It's going to be a little bit longer. So it really depends on where you live.
Okay.
On average, I would say budget for 8 to maybe 14 months.
Okay.
In Atlanta, Georgia, it could be 18 months. It could be more.
Okay. I remember I got my green card in 6 months.
6 months. But how long ago was that?
That was
a long time.
ago. That was a
long time.
Donkey years now, they say.
Long time.
Shad
long
wants to
time.
know, what step can individual take to protect themselves from immigration scam, or unlicensed consultant when applying for a green card? I'll answer that.
I
Don't
love
say
it.
a word.
All right.
Dionne Pfunde. Don't go any further. Don't go any further, because we don't play. When we talk some serious talk. And when we endorse someone, is a serious person. So call Dionne Pfunde, and you won't be going around beating your head, scratching your head. In fact, let me tell you a quick story. When I got my citizenship papers, Dionne Pfunde prepared all the document, and all she sent me was sign here, and a big stamp say sign here, sign here, sign here. And I'm in New York and she's in Florida. I got the whole package, and all I had to do is get a pen and I just sign it. She even told me what color pen to write.
Black ink pen.
Black ink pen. I mean, I got all this. You have to be a real dummy. Well, I didn't want to use that term, but you have to be
No, you're good.
You have to get it wrong. And people say, okay, but she's all the way in Florida. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She gets it done. She did it for me. I'm in New York. And the first time I met Dionne Pfunde face to face, you guys gonna think I'm lying, it was about 2 years ago.
Yes. And I was like, wait, we're just meeting. I didn't even realize we were meeting for the first time. I just thought we knew each other. And I don't know how we met. I think it was Lacey.
Lynn. It was Lynn.
That reached out to me because I used to do my little educational videos.
Yeah.
And
it was
she reached out and said, there's a
one.
show. How old is Ride Along?
Ride Along is about 11 years.
11 years. So I came along way down the road. Then I came along in 2018. So about 7 years ago. So I came along when you were 4 years in. Okay.
Yeah. But it was Lynn. She contacts everyone. Got another call on line. We're gonna take 2 more calls. Caller live. Where are you calling us from?
Thank you. I'm calling from Grenada. Finding out for someone. You answered the question before about the person who's dyslexic or can't read and write. I want to find out, do they need to do this process to attain the waiver through a lawyer, or they get the doctor's report and take it with them?
Okay.
You know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say.
Caller, she can't hear you. Caller, you have to listen to the response on the live. Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Oh, they can't hear us. I would say use
when they call on WhatsApp, it's just not a two-way conversation. It's just I can hear you, they can't hear you, but you can hear them, they can't hear you. So I'm sure she's watching.
So I would say get professional help, because it's not just getting a medical report, it's actually getting a medical evaluation. And there are certain codes that we use. The service is looking for what we call DSM codes, that we have to work with the doctor, and the doctor works with us. And we say, use this code, use that code, because we have to tie that disability, or tie the lack of ability to take the test, to the disability. So I would say work with a professional.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
Stacey and Hodge said, there's literally a lawyer right here. Hello, El. Yes, of course I'm going to say to work with me. Stacey and said, there's literally a lawyer right here.
All right, so a question came in. Junior, I have a question. I know someone who has a green card, who's a green card holder for 10 years. He obtained that as a child. However, at some point, while still a kid, he got arrested because he was involved in a fight The matter went to court and he was given 1 year probation. The case have been finished for about a few years now. His green card is almost expired and he wants to file for citizenship. What advice could you give him?
A few years. Has it been more than 5 years since the case is over? Typically, we want about 5 years to pass between the conviction, the everything, to establish what we call good moral character. So we want that arrest, we want that crime, we want that conviction, we want that probation 5 years in the past.
Okay.
So it sounds like she said a few years. I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah. Okay. Our next question
5
here.
years.
Is it wise for a green card holder to file his or her for his or her spouse now if they're here in the States with them? So they have green card, they're married. Is it wise for them to file for the one that don't have the documents?
I know the questions. I know the question because so somebody's here undocumented. I'm not a citizen yet, so they can't really get their green card through me in the United States. However, they're here undocumented. So they
Yes.
could be walking down the road and get picked up and there's no application, or you file the application and now ICE know where they are. I would take the risk of filing the I-130, and as soon as that person is eligible to naturalize, we do the naturalization. So I would take the risk and just do the process. You're here, play the hands. I have this question every day with people. They want to know about, they're a green card, they're not a citizen. I would take the risk and file the I-130. I absolutely would.
Okay. All right. So last question on that, just to
Yes.
clarify this, right? People who are traveling within this short space of time, within the next month or so, and they have a green card or they have citizenship, should they be afraid to travel, whether it's whatever part of the world at this point in time?
If you're a citizen, please travel, take your videos, post, and tag me. Let's show the world that as a citizen, you can travel. I do it
Yes.
all the time. I take my little videos and see, look, I'm traveling again. I'm a citizen. I'm leaving this country on Saturday morning, first thing heading to Asia. So I am saying to you, as a citizen, you can travel. If you have a green card and you've never been arrested, please travel, take your pictures, and share them with me.
Yes.
If you have a green card, tag me and Jay and show us where you travel and show the world that it's okay. If you have a green card and you've had some arrest, you've had some encounter with law enforcement, you were sentenced to probation, you were sentenced to this or that, call me first and let's look at what the crime is, and I'll say, okay, you're good to go.
Right.
Right? But if you have a green card and you're not trouble nobody not trouble you, take your picture and tag me, please.
Yeah, I'll
Hey,
do.
Miss
I'll do one better.
Fonda.
I'll do one
They're
better.
recognizing you. Somebody's saying our MC from Will Alive.
Oh, where? Who?
Right, Miss Fonda. Find it. Fonda Johnson, 1907. Tag that.
Johnson.
I can't tag it. Fonda Johnson. Our MC from Will Alive.
Yes. I can't see it. Is that on? Is that on Right Along? Or is that on
I'm
your
looking
program?
at the chat. I'm just looking at the chat next to me.
Oh, I can't. I don't know why I'm not seeing it. Yes, that's the best time I've had being a part of Will Alive. It is truly amazing. We got one last call on the phone lines. Caller, you're a final caller. Make it snappy. Where you calling us from? Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Where are you on live?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'll call you back. This is Anthony Harris, but I called you back.
Okay, you're not calling for the program. All right, sorry about that. Okay.
No, that's all.
Okay, cool, no problem. All right, guys. So yes, so there are so many questions, and we can't get to everyone. But as Dionne Winter says, and she continues to say, she's committed to assisting the community with all the information in regards to immigration. So Dionne Winter Pfunde, give us your number so they could blow up your phone right now.
Well, it's 7 o'clock at night. Nobody's gonna answer. I think my team is asleep. But
Right.
blow up our phone tomorrow. Tomorrow's a holiday, July 4th. 813-807-7015. 813-807-7015. 813-807. And if you don't want to wait to call us, go to Win.
7815, right?
No, 813-807-7015.
70. Sorry. Let me take that off.
813-807-7015. 813-807-7015. We have a team waiting for you for the travel ban countries. We didn't even touch on the travel ban. Jay, I have to come back next week and we talk about the travel ban countries.
Yes.
We got to talk about the travel ban countries. If a country's on the travel ban, no. If you're on the partial ban, if you fit into the partial ban, you can come in. But we'll talk about the travel ban countries. 813-807-7015. Or you can just go to winterlaw.com, www.winterlaw.com, and book your chat.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. Dionne Pfunde, I'm so happy that we have this conversation. And we try to do it weekly, but I understand you very highly in demand, but you make time for us. I really appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Junior. Thank you so much. And I know you're busy too, and you keep giving and giving to this community. So love it. Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely. Hold on, Dionne Pfunde. We have one last caller. Let me.
Okay.
Caller. Hello?
Yeah. Yes, Rick. If your topic today has to do anything with the politics.
No, nothing to do with politics in Guyana. Nothing to do with politics in Guyana. All right, cool. Big up the
popular man. They love the platform.
Let me tell you, Guyana. I got to big up Guyana. Guyana, I love you. We have so many followers in Guyana. They support Guyana. We love you. Thanks for supporting the Ride Along platform. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We love you. Trinidad, Barbados, Jamaica. And you know, funny, I was in Jamaica the other day, and I was like a local celebrity in Jamaica. I went to the market.
You were.
And let me tell you, love the Jamaicans, and the Jamaicans love the platform as well. Big up Jamaica. Big up Yard. Yo, big up. Everywhere we go, you know, funny, people in Grenada ask about you all the time. When
Funde coming.
When you come to Grenada, Funde, they're gonna greet you at the airport. They're gonna take pictures with you at the airport. You're gonna walk out on the street in St. George, and people would stop you. I'm telling you, you are a local. Yeah, man. How you mean? Yeah, you are a local celebrity in Grenada. People love you. Absolutely.
Thank you. Ooh, thank you, Grenada. Thank you.
We thank you. We're gonna do something fun there and get you in the Isle of Spice.
It's time. We've got to do something in Grenada. Whatever it is, we got to do something.
I agree. We also inviting everyone, guys, and telling you that we are doing Monday Night Mass, but with a difference. We are on a boat. And we have limited tickets. And Funde, this is a different thing. You know, I always try to come with something different. So this is a full celebration. Monday Night Mass. We're not on the road, but we're on the boat. But you have all the sexy outfits, the top, the most sexiest outfit you would ever
see.
It is too sexy. And and this picture here, I was actually on the boat today. We went on the boat to take those pictures. And Lord have his mercy, Funde. Everybody,
I love it.
Everybody's stopping us and wanna join in the photo shoot. So it was really nice. And we encourage everyone to get your packages tonight for amazing the experience. All right. Okay, thanks again. We're gonna keep in touch.
Thank you so much for having me, Jay. I appreciate it. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, Grenada. Thank you to the Caribbean. Thank you to all the folks on Ride Along Life. I am a rider for life. Nothing can't change that rider for life. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, man. Dionne Pfunde. Can't get any better than that.
Leading the ride. Power to the people we shine.
Yeah, that rider for life. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see let me hear who else in the chat here been with us for 5 or more years. If you've been with Ride Along for 5 or more years, you are a true hardcore rider. If you've been with this platform for 5 or more years, let me see let me recognize you. You are a true rider. If you've been with us 3 at least 3 years, you a diehard. You are a diehard. You are a diehard. Nobody can tell you nothing.
Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please.
Happy birthday, Lydia James. You are the mother of the platform. Lydia James, I know we've been having some problems. Lydia James cannot comment on the Ride Along Facebook page because of some kind of restrictions that we didn't put on there. So she's on YouTube. Lydia James is a rider for life. A true hard rider. Michelle, you're a rider. Joan Duncan, you're a rider. Terrence, you're a rider. Doris, you are a rider.
Ride along, ride along.
Let me tell you, Harry, Tricia, you are a true rider. Kathleen, you are a rider. Lydia James been with Ride Along from the inception. Nobody can say nothing about Ride Along. Let me tell you something. And riders never leave. One rider never leave a next rider behind. And they say attack on one rider is like the attack on every rider. So all you know, they riders. Serafina, 5 years or more. Listen what I'll do. Lord of mercy. Riders.
Feel the vibe.
Kareen, you're a rider. Christine Alexis is my sister. She been a rider even before I was born. Christine Alexis, that's my sister, guys. So you guys, nobody can be a more rider than her. I mean, she been riding with me from... She used to feed me Similac. BFM milk. My sister, big up yourself. Since Time Plus oh Lord, you said it. Since Time Plus beats your rider. Wow.
Energy high, heart so bright.
Let me tell you something. 12 years or more. 12 years or more. People been, and listen, sometimes you just have to tell people. Sometimes you just have to tell them, Some people don't know Time Plus beats. Some people don't know the history,
Such ease, ride along.
True rider for life. That's what we're talking about. And when you see one rider is done, all the riders get up and help. Right? That's what it's all about. True rider. Hillary, you a rider.
Love and joy in the
Lois JJ, the ultimate. Let me tell you. Lois JJ, you can't compete with Lois JJ. Please don't try that. Lois JJ, my producer, she's my bona fide for a reason,
Power to the people we
She's my bona fide for a reason. Nobody don't get between me and she.
Every show together we plan.
Light JJ is the most bona fide. Thank you guys for watching, riders. We love you. Until. And if there is any issue or situation that you have as a rider, you need a GoFundMe to be promoted, you need assistance with this, you have some problems with this, you need some contacts for this, you need help with this, rider, we always look out for our riders. We are here for you. All right? Thank you. SVG, Doug, King, Howard, true rider from SVG. Big up my SVG friends. We love you. I remember when St. Vincent and the Grenadines had the unfortunate volcanic eruption. Guys, we raised $10,000 for SVG in 1 hour. Now, no other platform could do that. True rider. We'll be right back with some closing words, guys. Don't move.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling Global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, resilience and transformation. Enhancing Africa-Caribbean economic cooperation in an era of global uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
Celebrating 40 years is a significant milestone that often evokes reflection, gratitude, and recognition of accomplishment.
Feeling very excited about it. When I reflect on it, some artists took 10 to 15 years before they get through. They keep knocking at the door. The first time the nation heard about Elimas Gilbert, they show me that love. They show me that respect. They go crazy over the beats. They go crazy over the excitement. They go crazy over the rhythm. And I appreciate that.
Sunday, August 3rd at the Progress Park in St. Andrew. It's Specky 40. Tickets available from gotofed.com. Presented by Elimas Gilbert in association with the Spice Mass Corporation and Sedu.
Who want to jam a jam into?
Are you a progressive young leader, a proactive emerging executive, a rising professional? Then you need appropriate cover for your vehicle. Introducing the Pro Motor Plan from Beacon. Car insurance that includes free loss of use, windscreen cover up to $3,500, free special perils, free accident forgiveness. Get Beacon's Pro Motor Plan today. Don't procrastinate. Call Beacon today at 440-4447 or visit beacongrenada.com.
What if you had a choice? A choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians! From wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
From island to island strong.
All right, guys, thanks again for watching. Thanks for being a part of our program, and thanks for being a diehard rider for life. Also, guys, I was telling you earlier that we are doing something different this year for Amazing Colors. Amazing Colors, the experience is going to see a little shift from being on the road. We're now going to be on the water. We're on ecstasy, an amazing boat, an amazing cruise, Monday night mass. You get the same experience. You get your glow stick, your headpiece, everything. No difference, right? And the whole entire experience will be, again, live streamed back onto the mainland, onto the land, where we have a big screen erected somewhere. So it's a really great experience. We want you guys to get your packages tonight. If you're coming to Grenada Carnival, get that. Sort that out, all right? Looking forward to see you guys on the boat. Get your package tonight. If you have any problems or questions, inbox me. I'll tell you how you can get it. And if you're a true hard rider, listen, if you're a hardcore rider, I'm going to give you a promo code so you can get a little discount when you purchasing your package. All right? Right Along Live. Catch you guys again tomorrow. Mañana. Good night.
Together we plant the seed. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride a sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in the breeze. Ride along live if you please. Bringing hope with such ease. Ride along, join the dance, let's sing the song. From island to island strong, with the host we belong. Energy high, heart so bright. Tune in, feel the light. Global love taking flight. Every ride is sheer delight. Making waves across the seas. Love and joy in